Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored by Spiegel Law PC, 516-873-1683, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, and Reister's Bakery. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Dan and Norm. Great to be back.
Always good.
So, today's September 10th. Tomorrow we got 9/11 Memorial, and we have commemorations all over New York, Long Island. Locally, we have the West Hempstead Community Support Association memorial service at Halls Pond. That will take place tomorrow, the 11th, at 6:30. And you also have the Point Lookout Sunrise Memorial Service, which takes place at the beach between 7:30 and 9 a.m. So these are, two important events, and it'd be great to see you come out.
Yes, I'm going to give a shout out to our local event at Halls Pond. Every year we commemorate the loss of members of the community. It's very meaningful to those families that people show up. And the Boy Scouts are there, and the fire departments are there, and the politicians are there. But it's more meaningful when the public shows up. They ring a bell, and they mention their names, and it's a powerful remembrance as well.
Yeah.
And listen, I will call out again, as I have in the past, that guy on Roosevelt who sets up those flags for the firefighters, puts out hundreds of them, lights it up at night. And again, as you say, people have lost people in town, and it's really meaningful to have people recognize it. Yeah,
it seems like it was really just yesterday, and it's impacted so many people. So, Go to a memorial and show your support.
Yeah, it's not a long service, so if you could just show up and make yourself known just for a few minutes, it's meaningful.
Yeah. So we covered this story a few days ago. A student, Christopher Williams, found himself walking, left school and found himself walking on the Southern State Parkway. Unfortunately, he got hit by a car. He died as a result. Real tragedy. The details are still as we were looking around, it takes a while for these things to come in. But it does point again, the situations that we have on the Southern State. Yes, if someone wanders onto the highway,
it's a rare event.
We see what happens. But the Southern State needs an overhaul.
Yeah, so they're starting. There's I think there's an appropriation that'll be coming down the pike for the interchange between the Meadowbrook and the Southern State.
Yeah, so they're going to be the MTA Transportation Council is looking at a plan that will include capital improvements to the Meadowbrook Southern State interchange. So listen, again. That's one of the biggest issues, and it doesn't matter what time of day. There's always traffic there, and the merge is a real mess. And this doesn't mean, by the way, that it's fully funded by the federal government, but that it's going to be on the list of priorities.
But truthfully, 17 North, our own exit, is a problem. I mean, it gets backed up onto the highway.
Yeah.
There's no way to get off in time, and it's a game of chicken.
Yeah, rush hour is like a nightmare.
Nightmare.
These exits, these on-ramps, these off-ramps.
They don't work.
They don't work. And I see that by exit 15, they're like rebuilding one of the off-ramps. And so they're doing these piecemeal jobs,
right?
But at the end of the day, they really need funding to make significant changes to the road.
Yeah, I will say it seems kind of dumb, honestly, that when you come off for southbound Hempstead Avenue at 17S, there's a traffic light there, right? And by the way, it's a much longer off ramp from the highway to get onto 17S, and yet there's a traffic light, and the traffic light goes and people move. There's no traffic light when you're coming off for the northbound exit, which is why we get exactly what you're talking about. It's a short exit with that loop. It could really use refiguring. The other thing I'm going to say about it is we can do all we want to the highways until we get to the drivers and the guys speeding around at 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. We're not going to solve any of this.
Yeah, and speed bumps. Don't forget speed bumps. Speed
on
bumps.
the Southern State,
Speed bumps on the Southern State. Launch those cars up now. You know what? Speed cameras wouldn't be a bad start, but
it would be a good idea.
So, the building at the Heritage Westminster complex on Hempstead Turnpike is moving along, and it looks like they have maybe the first retail tenant will move in at some point. It's the Dortoni Bakery, and apparently it's a popular Long Island bakery chain that's throughout Long Island, and I don't know. It's just another bakery.
Well, they're going to have a captured audience. I mean, at some point in time, until that happens, of course, they're going to be sucking air because there's nobody in that development yet.
Yeah, and let's be clear and transparent as we have a close relationship with Reisterers. We already have an incredible bakery in town known as Reisterers, and they do service the community, really, really well. And they are kosher, which helps a lot. So, is there room for another bakery? I don't know. There's two kosher pizza stores. Both kosher pizza stores seem to be thriving and surviving.
As are a number of non-kosher pizza stores.
Correct.
So there's room for competition, I guess. This is a chain, right?
It's a chain. I don't think they're going to be doing the baking
Right.
on premises. They're going to bring some stuff in. And, one of the disadvantages for this new bakery is I'm sure they're going to be paying, a chunk load for rent, right off the bat. So they're going to have to sell a lot of cakes to get things going, and they probably don't have specialty cakes, at least made right there. Reisterers does those specialty cakes.
And more importantly, parking.
Yeah, I was going to
Reister's
say
got the
that.
parking,
yeah,
and
great
I don't
point.
see where you're going to park on that
Hempstead
road.
Turnpike.
Just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. That the assumption is it's a busy road, but there is no place to put a car along there. I know they're going to take the barriers down eventually. I can't imagine there'll be room for more than one or two cars to
They're going to
park.
have to figure it out if they're
And-
going to have stores.
Right, and if they have other stores there, you're competing with that as well. So unless they're putting in some parking for the commercial stuff, it's going to be very complicated.
Yep.
Bring back Bagel Craft. So now will be a great time for us to take a quick commercial break.
Hi, I'm Jeff Wenger, owner and operator of Tiffany Dry Cleaners. We've made things even easier. Schedule a cleaning pickup just with one click on our new app or website. And don't forget, we offer free pickup, delivery right to your door. Tiffany Dry Cleaners gets it just right.
So Norm, when I was at News 12, we used to sit in news meetings, and we used to talk about these plovers, piping plovers, these birds that I think are an endangered species, because whenever you would do some development that was by the coastline, and if it disturbed their wildlife, people would get all upset, and it disrupted many capital projects. And I just thought it was interesting that there was going to be a bird watching talk at the Freeport Memorial Library. It's going to be tonight, September 10th, between 7:30 and 9 o'clock. And you got Chris O'Leary of the New York City Plover Project will speak on the protecting the endangered piping plovers and other coastal species. You're into birds, right?
My wife is big time.
Oh, you're not?
But, we go to the ocean and we often, and because it's just a restful place to be, and we watch these birds constantly.
You know what a piping plover looks like?
Absolutely.
Oh, cool.
They're
There
running
you
in
go.
and out of the surf. I don't know how they do it, but they turn their back on it and they know when the next wave is coming. And they seem to be plentiful. I'm surprised that they're endangered.
Yeah. This has been a story for like 20 years. Save the piping plovers. Every time the subject would come up at a news meeting, people would just start cracking up or whatever, just because it's like every story, every project was prevented by the piping plovers. But there you go. Go to Freeport Memorial Library.
And we'll figure it out.
Yeah, the Elmont Elementary PTA Flapjack fundraiser. We mentioned this last week. We just want to mention it again. It's taking place at Applebee's, 1710 Hempstead Turnpike in Elmont, September 14th, 8 to 10 a.m. So be a great way to show your support for the PTA. And did I say make sure I just said the West Hempstead Elementary PTA. Just want to make sure that I'm clear on that. And then also coming up September 21st, this is a great event that's put on by the West Hempstead Civic Association.
Yeah, street fair.
They have the street fair. It's the 21st between 10 and 5 p.m. It says here Hempstead Avenue, but I think that's wrong. I assume it's Nassau Boulevard. But,
It's usually Nassau Boulevard. I will tell you,
I
whatever
have
the
flyer
case is,
somewhere, but
yeah.
I'm trapped here, and
don't go driving anywhere near probably Nassau Boulevard,
Yeah.
possibly Hempstead Avenue, because the traffic is going to be bad. But the street fair should be great. Take your kids down. There's usually stuff for them
It's
to
an
do.
opportunity to join the Civic Association, West Hempstead Support Association.
Yeah, they do so much incredible work.
Incredible
for the
work.
community.
And they are our mayor, right? Because we have no other representation.
Yeah.
So that's a chance to meet them, speak to them. If you have some concerns about the community, that's a good place to meet. The Boy Scouts will be there. So if you want to join a troop, there are both two troops, 613 and 240. It's an opportunity to speak with them as well.
Yeah, and they usually have like some bouncy rides, and they
Yeah, there's
have
something for
ice
everybody.
cream and
Take a few minutes, stop
politicians
by.
and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's a
If they have good weather, let's hope.
great time had by all. So I was just listening to the radio, 1010 Wins specifically, although that's not important. And but the story was about how kids are now bringing burner phones to school to get around this cell phone ban. So it's how many are doing it? Who knows? Are they doing it in the West Hempstead area? Don't know. But just before we went on air, there was a lockdown at Long Beach High School for a reported gun on the campus. In today's times, it's so crazy, and we got the nuttiest situations going on, things that we never had to really deal with. And sometimes students want to reach parents, or parents want to reach out to students. It's an issue. So I don't know how the ban is going and whether it's being enforced, but it also seems like a lot of kids are going to be getting around it.
Well, so look, most of the institutions that have these kind of bans on the cell phones have text messages that automatically go out to parents to let them know what's going on. So if they hear about something crazy, they don't need to reach their kid immediately. They know what's under control. They know there's a lockdown. That's some amount of safety.
But I kind of understand the concern. I mean, if God forbid something happens, your parent wants to speak directly to the kid and, reassure them and tell them that, it'll be okay, etc. You gotta make a choice here, right? The kids are distracted by the phones if you leave them with them in class, or you run a risk of something like this happening and the parent can't get a hold of the child. So I don't know what the middle distance is.
Yeah, I guess they're going to just keep walking through it and working through it.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. The library has this service that I saw called Help Now.
That's amazing.
And,
That's
yeah,
amazing
it provides live tutors from 2 to 11 p.m., plus test prep, writing labs, and career guidance. It's an online service. Can you imagine if we had stuff like this when we were kids? I mean, it's like, we had film strips, and for the library to provide this service is just.
Do you have to make an appointment, or they have people there all night?
I'm not sure. I mean, you have to go to the library's website, and I guess you link in. I'm assuming that a lot of these things are self-tutorial, but maybe there is a way that you could actually, chat with a real person and. Help you out in school. So
It's a great idea.
Great idea. So this is not a West Hempstead story. This is sort of just local to me, but I thought it would just be a good way to end our program. Cord cutting, which is something that we're all facing at one point or another. Most young people who move into the community, they don't even think of having cable and landlines. It's everything is Wi-Fi, everything is through your phone. But for the longest time, especially the fact that I worked at Cablevision, I worked at a cable company, so many years. I love cable, so I kept cable going. I kept my home phone number going. No one calls our home phone unless it's like a solicitor or like some just junk call. Like if they want to reach a person, they're going to call you on your cell phone in today's times. So why do I need it? So I'm going through some upgrades of mounting TVs to the wall, which in itself is a whole pain in the neck. But getting past that, I'm doing the cord cutting. So I'll let everyone know, how it goes. It's probably a lot less traumatic than what I think.
So here's my question, because this is the one thing that has held me back for years is the live sports.
Yeah.
And you and I both know how I can't live without my New York Rangers games. Have you found a way around that with what you're doing?
they do have the MSG Properties is part of a larger app, and the name escapes me, where you can spend $10 or whatever it is a month to get the projects, and then just serve it up to your TV. Is it ideal? No. But the amount of money that you're saving by not having cable and then maybe using a substitution like YouTube TV more than makes up the difference. So if you have to add on MSG package, you're good to go.
And whose router do you use?
So I'm still going to be staying with Verizon Wi-Fi. So I'm going to make sure that I have all the 1 gig service and all that stuff. Getting rid of the home, getting rid of the home phone number,
Discuss
getting rid of cable, but just having high speed connectivity and going from there.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
All right. Again, it's does it impact a lot of people? Maybe. I think it does, because I think we've all kept cable for all these years.
Yeah, I'm on the verge of going.
Cable bills are, for anyone,
outrageous.
It's like well over $200 and going up.
I'm there.
You don't need it. So there you go. Anyway, you know what? When you want to watch TV, first of all, it's great to go to restores and get some incredible Danish, and then you can go sit in front of TV, watch DVR, watch all you want. Dan, do you know if
they have all kinds of stuff? I just took a look. There's crazy stuff going on. First of all, they have these apple turnovers or apple puffs, I think they are, on sale this week. They're introducing new things in their chocolate section, including more of that Dubai chocolate we've talked about.
Yeah.
And the teams, cookies for your favorite sports teams, ginger snaps. There's like this giant list of stuff that they're talking about releasing. Stop in there. You will find something to eat, full stop.
All right, that sounds great. So, head over to Restores and have a great week. And again, 9/11 is tomorrow. Go to the local memorial.
6:30.
Yep. And thanks for tuning in.
Have a good week.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please be sure to visit our sponsors, Spiegel Law PC, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, and Reester's Bakery. To find out more or to reach out to us, come visit us on social media at Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at westhempsteadecho.com.